So, ESPN just released their top 10 quarterback rankings, and there's one name on that list that's got an entire fan base in full meltdown mode right now, and no, I'm not talking about us. Dak Prescott landed at number 6, sitting ahead of Justin Herbert, Jared Goff, and Caleb Williams, and somehow that one placement has our division rival online right now, arguing, crashing out, refusing to accept it. I'm going to break down the entire list, show you exactly where everybody landed, and tell you why this ranking is bigger than just a number. But first, you need to see who's losing their mind over this. What's up, Cowboys? Welcome to the NFL Playbook Cowboys. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Alright, so it's officially list season, guys, and normally I kind of brace myself for this whole stretch of the offseason because these rankings love to disrespect our guy year after year. We're maybe 2 weeks out from camp opening up, so honestly, this is really the only content we've got to chew on right now before actual football starts happening again. But this time around, ESPN actually got it right, and it's got a whole bunch of fan bases in their feelings about it, which, I'm not gonna lie, is making my day a little better. Quickly, before I even get into the actual rankings themselves, let me just say this. I'm a Cowboys fan. I was born into it, and I accepted a long time ago that people are gonna hate us no matter what happens on the field. Doesn't matter if we win a Super Bowl or miss the playoffs entirely, somebody's still texting you trash talk either way. So, my whole approach, honestly, is just stay confident, enjoy the good stretches when they actually show up, because the hate is coming regardless of what you do or don't say. You might as well have fun with it. Okay, now let's move to the actual list, but before that, let me explain to you how this whole voting process actually works, because I think it matters for the conversation. It's not fans voting on this thing. It's not media personalities on television yelling at each other for ratings. This is actual coaches, front office executives, and scouts around the entire league, all voting separately on their own, and then it gets compiled together into one final ranking. And for years now, honestly, that group has been kind of stingy when it comes to Dak Prescott. Even in some of his best statistical seasons, he'd get parked at 10, 11, 12, somewhere in that range. Always some reason to knock him down a couple spots, always some asterisk attached to his name. But this year, that clearly changed, and I want to walk you through the entire board today, not just his specific spot on it. So, number 1 on the list, Josh Allen. Honestly, no real argument there for me. He's been playing at an MVP level for a while now, and everybody knows it. Number 2, Patrick Mahomes. And look, I'd probably flip those two if it were up to me, but that's a whole separate conversation for another day. Number 3, Matthew Stafford, which checks out completely after the kind of year he just had. That man was cooking out there. Number 4, Joe Burrow, and I'll be honest with you, I like him as a player, so I'm not going to fight that placement too hard, even though he still hasn't quite had that signature. All-pro type season people keep waiting on from him. Number 5, Lamar Jackson, and that's totally defensible too, no complaints from me there. And then, right outside that top 5, sitting at number 6, you got Dak Prescott. Now, I already know people in the comments are going to say he should be ahead of Burrow, maybe even ahead of Lamar. Is Lamar more athletic? Obviously, nobody in their right mind is debating that point. But in terms of actual quarterback play, reading coverages pre-snap, running an offense efficiently week to week, I genuinely think Dak's right there in that same tier as the top guys in this league right now. And honestly, I'm not losing any sleep tonight over the exact placement. 6 is fine. 6 is actually great, honestly, when you consider where he's usually ranked historically on these types of lists. But, you know guys, the part that's really got me entertained today though, and it's the whole reason I wanted to make this video in the first place, is our division rival. The Eagles fans are not okay right now. Out of 10 total quarterbacks on this entire list, they have locked in, laser-focused, on exactly one name, and it's ours. That's the whole conversation happening over there today from what I've seen scrolling through timelines this morning. And look, don't be mad at me about any of this. I didn't vote on the thing. This wasn't some poll of Cowboys fans stuffing a ballot box in our favor. This was scouts and coaches and front office people who literally watch film for a living. Professionals whose entire job is evaluating quarterback play at the highest level. Our guy throws for 30-plus touchdowns and 4,000 yards a season without a ton of extra drama attached to his name, runs the offense the way it's supposed to be run. reads the defense correctly, shows up every single week and does the job. I genuinely don't understand what there is to be upset about over there, but here we are, and I'm enjoying every single second of it, not gonna lie to you. Okay, now, let me go ahead and finish out the rest of the list quickly. 7 is Justin Herbert. 8 is Drake May. 9 is Jared Goff. 10 is Caleb Williams, rounding it all the way out. Now you can argue the exact order all day long if you really want to. That's honestly part of the fun of these lists every single year. That's why we watch them come out. But for me personally, the exact number matters less than what it actually represents. Dak Prescott getting recognized by real football people, not media narratives, not hot take culture on television, that's genuine validation. And that's something I've been saying for years now, even back when saying it out loud got you laughed at online. And really think about the era we're currently in at the quarterback position league-wide. Everybody's got their guy right now, and they are not moving off him no matter what. People love Josh Allen. People love Mahomes. They're riding hard for Stafford or Burrow or Lamar Jackson. And honestly, plenty of those same people would probably love nothing more than to slide their guy ahead of Dak if they could actually make that case stick with real evidence. But they simply can't get there. Justin Herbert fans can't build that argument successfully. Drake May fans definitely can't. He's still developing as a player. Same exact story with Jared Goff and Caleb Williams fans. Even people rooting for guys ranked outside the entire top 10 can't quite get there either. That honestly tells you something real about where Dak actually sits in this league right now, whether people want to admit it or not. Now, this ranking at the end of the day, it's really just one piece of something bigger that I've been talking about all offseason long, and that's the overall energy surrounding this entire team right now, which feels genuinely different this year. I know some of y'all probably think I hype things up too much sometimes, and hey, that's totally fair, but I'm not sitting here predicting some kind of perfect season. I'm not guaranteeing us a division title on July. What I am saying is the momentum right now feels real. Guys are training together this offseason, showing up to the same events together, putting in extra work well before camp even officially opens. You see Dak and CeeDee land out together at events. You see the skill position guys training together out in Utah, building actual chemistry before it even matters on the scoreboard. That's genuinely what a team trying to take the next real step forward actually looks like from the outside. And it's not just our quarterback getting national love either, which I think gets overlooked sometimes. Tyler Smith is getting legitimate Hall of Fame level praise up front on that offensive line. Our defensive tackles are getting talked about as some of the better interior guys in all of football right now. And now, on top of all that, our quarterback is sitting comfortably in the top 6 of the entire league. That's a team being built the right way, even with some real holes still left to fill on the roster. And honestly, both of those things can be true at the exact same time. I can be genuinely excited about this roster, and still turn around and say we probably need another veteran presence at linebacker, maybe another pass rusher off the edge, maybe another look at the running back room too before the season kicks off. That's not some kind of contradiction. That's just paying attention to the full picture instead of picking one side. So, step back from all of it for a second, and here's what this ranking really means in the bigger picture. It doesn't win us a single game this year, obviously. Nobody's hoisting a trophy off an ESPN list in July. But it validates something a lot of us have genuinely been saying for years now, that we have a legitimately good quarterback in this league. I've never once claimed he's the best guy out there. That's a whole different debate for the comments section. But when you've got a guy consistently mentioned in that top 10 conversation year after year, that gives your entire team a real, legitimate chance every single season, no matter what else is going on around him. And too many people out there, including some of our own fans if we're being honest, bought into this idea for years that our quarterback simply can't really play at a high level. That narrative just never actually matched what was on the tape. So, if your team's quarterback didn't make this list at all, if he's not even sniffing the top 15 this year, that's honestly a conversation for your own fan base to have amongst yourselves today. I'll be over here watching quietly, just soaking in all the chaos from a safe distance. Because I already know certain fan bases out there right now are trying to explain away why their guy got left off entirely from the top 10 conversation. And it actually reminds me a little bit of a situation from a couple years back where a young quarterback, Jaxson Dart, got rushed straight into top 5 conversations off basically one strong stretch of football. No real patience involved, just an instant crowning based on a short sample size. And I remember saying at the time, slow down, let's actually see this sustained over a longer stretch before we start comparing him directly to established, proven guys around the league. Now, a little time has passed since then, and reality has kind of caught up to that early hype. Things have gotten tougher on the field for that situation, and instead of the story staying focused purely on football, it's turned into a lot of outside distraction, especially with Malik Neighbors currently dealing with injury. I genuinely hope he gets healthy soon. That's never something worth celebrating, regardless of team allegiance. But it's honestly a good reminder of why patience actually matters when evaluating young quarterbacks early in their careers. Meanwhile, I personally spent years watching Dak Prescott work with receiver rooms that, let's just be real, weren't exactly loaded with star talent. Guys like Eugene Hilton, Noah Brown, Cedric Wilson, Jalen Tolbert, solid role players, hard workers, guys who gave what they had, but not exactly a murderer's row of elite talent surrounding him for most of his career. So now that he's finally got CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens out there running routes for him, genuinely one of the better receiver duos in the entire league, I'm not going to apologize to anybody for enjoying that reality. I rooted for this guy through some genuinely lean years talent-wise at the skill positions, so forgive me if I don't feel guilty one bit about this current stretch we're in. Honestly, at the end of the day, it just feels good, man. It feels good watching Dak finally get real, legitimate recognition from the actual people who evaluate this stuff for a living every single day. As for the rest of the division, I mean, do whatever you gotta do over there. That's on y'all. I'll be watching every single reaction, every meltdown, every attempt to spin this list into something it's clearly not. I'm not feeling sorry for anybody either. That's just honestly how this rivalry works and always will work. I appreciate everybody riding with this team through the ups and the downs every single season, and I'm telling you right now, keep that energy up heading into camp. Because I genuinely believe this is going to be a good season for us. That's really all I wanted to share with y'all today. Appreciate you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.